Welcome to High School Football Game Night, presented by Scenic Cable Network and Production. Now, here's tonight's game.
Hello and welcome to Northview Stadium. We're at Wildfield tonight where the Northview Cougars are taking on the Thunderbirds of Park Crossing of Montgomery. I'm Mick Kirkland along with George Willard. And we're here bringing you the action tonight. Northview comes in with a 1-2 record. They defeated Selma and they fell to Eufaula and to the number 1 ranked team from Wetumpka. Tonight, Park Crossing's come in with a 2-1 record. This is a region game, and it's a very important game for both teams if they want to have any chance at the playoffs. So we're looking for an exciting game tonight and some really big things to happen tonight. It's a warm night, very warm Thursday night. This is a Thursday night game because both Dothan teams will be playing this weekend. So Northview's playing on Thursday night. George, tell us about some key players to look for Park Crossing.
Well, on defense, we got to look towards number 6, Darius Hodges. He is a middle linebacker. He's a senior, and right now he's a Tulane commit. On the offensive side of the ball, we need to look out for LaQuez Kane and then also Kelshan Campbell. Campbell is a tight end, and Kane is a wide receiver. Both are getting recruited by Lane Kiffin right now at FAU, so expect big things from those players.
And for the Northview side, you can look out for number 1, Jabri Barber. He's a playmaker, along with number 13, Malachi Harvey. And the quarterback is Jason Davis, number 17. So those are the players you can look. Northview really is going to have to depend on to try to win this game tonight. Now, the last game Northview played, the thing that really hurt them was turnovers, George.
Absolutely. They had 4 turnovers in the first half against the number 1 team in the state, being Wetumpka. And they were in that ball game regardless. You know, they had 4 turnovers. You'd think they would get blown out. But then in the second half, they had a turnover to start off the second half, and it was just, they were derailed from there. So they got a good defense, so I'm excited to see what they can do against Park Crossing.
So Park Crossing will be starting at their own 20-yard line. And we'll see what Northview can do. Quarterback for Park Crossing is, I believe it's number 7, Trevor Robinson.
I think you're right.
We'll find out. I think it's, yes, it is number 7, Trevor Robinson.
And some key players to watch on the Northview defense is number 94, Braxton Dyer, and then also number 42, Nathan Cobb. Those are really the centerpieces for their defense.
1st and 10 from the 20. A quick out, and it's complete. And a gain of about, it's going to be close to a first down. So Park Crossing passes the ball on the first down.
And Robinson right there with a nice strike over the middle. It was just a quick out. Found his man open in the middle. And I'll tell you, Park Crossing's known to have good quarterbacks. Right now, we watched a quarterback from a couple years ago who's the backup at Louisville right now. So I expect Robinson to be pretty good.
1st and 10 for the Thunderbirds. Ball at the 30-yard line. Pass complete over to number 3, and that's Tremaine Osborne, senior wide receiver. A gain of 8 brings up 2nd and 2. So Park Crossing have come out throwing the ball. First 2 plays have been passes. Second and 2. Ball at the 38-yard line. Northview rushes quarterback, and they're going to drop him short of the first down.
That's a key part of Northview's defense right there is that defensive line. They're very deep. Coach Parrish talked about that in the offseason. That's probably the strongest part on their team. And they've been very disruptive, played good against Wetumpka. They played good against Eufaula last week, so I expect big things from them tonight.
We have a Northview player down, number 51, Chevelle Kundry. And we have timeout on the field. 10:51 left in the first, no score. So Kundry leaves the game after an injury. We don't know how serious It is. We hope that it's not serious. He was helped off the field. 3rd and 1 for the Thunderbirds. The ball at their own 39-yard line. Handoff and a good stop that time by the Cougars.
That was Cobb there on the stop right there in the backfield, and great awareness right there to see the handoff from the running back and hit him in the backfield to force a 4th down.
So the first running play for Park Crossing comes up short. They had a 4th and 1. That's a 4th and 3, and they'll be punting. Back deep for the Cougars is number 1, Jabri Barber, and number 13, Malachi Harvey. Both of these guys can be dangerous.
Absolutely.
Punt.
It's a good one.
And Harvey calls for the fair catch, and he'll start at the Northview 30-yard line. So Northview forces a punt on the first possession for Park Crossing. It looked like Park Crossing was just going to march down the field, but Northview made some adjustments, and they worked, forcing the punt on 4th down.
It's really big right here, though, for the offense to get going early. That's one thing that we've seen for Northview, to kind of stall out. And we see Lane starting tonight at quarterback, Jamal Lane.
Yeah, sure is. Grayson Davis normally starts, but I guess they're going to try to mix things up a little bit tonight. 1st and 10 Cougars.
Ooh.
Handoff and nothing there. The time Lane kept it. There was nowhere to go.
Yeah, and that was Marcus Harris there on the stop, man. He just exploded through the line right there. It didn't even look like he got blocked.
A loss of 1, so it brings up a 2nd and 11 for the Cougars. The opening quarter of the game, no score, 9.5 minutes left. Cougars' first possession of the game. Man in motion.
Ooh.
And boy, I tell you what, they are quick. That play didn't have a chance.
That's Marcus Harris again. I mean, he's just exploding through the line right there, hitting them in the backfield.
So Northview is hit again for a loss, and that was about a loss of 4 yards, so it brings up a 3rd and 15.
2 plays like that, you're going to have to start doubling him.
3rd and 15 Cougars. And we have a timeout on the field with 8:44 left in the first. No score.
Local Sonic locations. Also join the Cougar basketball program Thursday, October 4th.
3rd and 15 for the Cougars. Lane is the quarterback. Malachi Harvey is in the backfield with Lane. Northview's been going in the wrong direction on this possession. They had good starting field position. That time Lane keeps it. He gets across the 30, near the 39-yard line, but it's going to be short of a 1st down. They needed to get to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, that was a nice effort there by Lane. He dropped back to pass. Nobody was open early on, so he just decided to tuck it and run, and unfortunately came up short.
So that was a gain of about 13. It's 3rd and 15, and he was able to get 13 and just needed a couple of more yards for the 1st down. So Northview punts on their first possession. Boy, what a boomer.
Yeah, that was a nice one.
It's taken at the 20. And it's returned out to the 22.
Yeah, that's Stephen Thomas there on the return, and didn't really have much room to go, so. But he was able to pick up some positive yards.
Good punting, good punt coverage by the Cougars.
Yeah, Northview's special teams is a strong point. They got a kicker that's committed to South Alabama right now, so he can definitely put it down there.
1st and 10, the ball at the 27-yard line. A flag.
Yeah, false start.
The flag on the play.
So the penalty will back the Thunderbirds up 5 yards, so it brings up a 1st and 15.
They're staying in the shotgun. 4 wide for them.
Robinson is the quarterback, number 7. He hands it off.
He keeps it.
Well, he keeps it. Yes, he did. It fooled me that time.
Yeah.
And takes it out to about the 30 for a short gain, a gain of about 3. It brings up a 2nd and 7.
There's another hanky.
Flag.
Another hanky on the field. Park Crossing run a few of those RPOs, as they call them in the NFL right now, the run pass options.
So 2 penalties in a row will back the Thunderbirds up inside the 25. Well, no, they're going off, marching off more yards. It's a 10-yard penalty, so we'll take the ball inside the 15. This is 1st and 20.
This is big for the Northview defense.
The thing you want to do here is try to force a mistake.
Yep.
Pass complete, but not much there. It was complete over to Stephen Thomas.
And that was a nice play right there by number 20, Donald Glenn. Read that screen early on, was able to get off his man and get a tackle in the backfield. I'm sorry, that's number 30, Colby Reese.
A gain of maybe a yard.
And that was a play they tried to run on the first down of this drive before the penalty. So
it's 2nd and 15. No, it's more than 15. They had 15 on the scoreboard,
yeah,
but that's a lot further than well, they had 12 to go on the scoreboard, but that's probably about 18 yards.
Northview's doing a good job right now of stopping the run. You know, that defensive line is making it tough. They're plugging the holes, you know, for those blockers. And if they could make the Thunderbirds one-dimensional, that would be huge for Northview.
3rd and 17 for the Thunderbirds.
This is where you need your defensive line just to pin their ears back and get off the quarterback.
Quarterback rolls out, and he's going to – well, he was going to keep it. He was going to pass it, but the Cougar pressure defense didn't give him an option on that RPO.
He didn't, and that, you know, that was Braxton Dyer right there. That's a name that we talked about in the pregame, and, I mean, he's had a great season so far. He's definitely a staple on that defensive line, and right there was able to force him out of the pocket, good pursuit, and get him out there in the open field and sack him for a loss.
So it was a very good defensive stand for the Cougars. They held the Thunderbirds back, and we have a timeout on the field with 6:06 left in the first. Nothing is the score. 4th down for the Thunderbirds, back deep for the Cougars. It's number 1, Jabri Barber, and number 13, Malachi Harvey. Thunderbirds will be punting from the end zone. That's a good punt out near midfield. And Barber takes it.
Oh, nice move.
And he gets across midfield down to about the 42, 47-yard line.
Yeah, he did it. That was a nice return right there. I mean, the Thunderbird pursuit was pretty good. He made a man miss and was able to pick up about 6 or 7 yards.
So Northview will be starting on the Pike Crossing side of the field. They're going to mark him down at the 49-yard line. 1st and 10 Cougars. Jamal Lane still in at quarterback, number 8. And we have a flag. Well, we've had a lot of flags so far in this game.
Yep, it's 3 so far. That's going to be offsides on the Thunderbirds.
So it brings up a 1st and 5.
That's big right there. Northview just needs to get about 10 yards right here, and they're in field goal range.
Ball inside the 45 at the 44-yard line of the Thunderbirds.
Ooh, I don't know. That's going to be a toss-up. I think he jumped off sides, but a lineman might have moved. I like the call, though, for a hard count.
Yeah, offside. So 2 offside penalties in a row gives Northview a 1st down. Well, they had a first. It was 1st and 5. Now it's 1st and 10, but the ball's now inside the 40 at the 39-yard line. This drive started at their own 49-yard line, the 49-yard line of Park Crossing.
Lane keeps it. Picks up about 3 yards.
Number 8, Jamal Lane.
So it brings up a 2nd and 7. A gain of 3.
Not bad on 1st down. You know, you want to make sure you get some positive yards here. And if you can get 3rd and manageable, that'll be big.
It's the opposite of that first drive because they were going in the opposite direction.
Yep.
So Northview's moving forward, a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Pitch back.
He's got a little bit of space on the edge. He gets there.
And a good run that time by number 19 for the Cougars. That's Zay Macon. We've seen him make some plays this year.
He has. You know, he's the 3rd running back on the depth chart, but they run 3 running backs most of the time. And got his number called right there and was able to pick up the 1st down for Northview. Very nice.
So the Cougars are inside the 30 at the 26-yard line, 1st and 10. It's important that they get some points out of this drive.
Absolutely. And they're in field goal range right now. I mean, you definitely want a touchdown, but if all else, you know, you got a kicker that can make it from here, so you expect to get some points.
You definitely want to get points on the board. Man in motion. They give it to Harvey, and he goes forward for a few yards.
That was a good tough run right there. He's hard to bring down.
A gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Ball at the 23-yard line of the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, if they can keep moving the ball like this, it's going to wear the Thunderbird defense down, and that'll be big for the Northview offense.
This has been a pretty long drive for the Cougars. They started on the Thunderbirds side of the field. Addison Mims, number 11, is split wide right. They give it to Harvey. He drives forward, and he's going to be just shy of the 1st down. But it will bring up 3rd and short. They're definitely in field goal range here.
I would run a QB sneak. You know, they did a percentage last year in the NFL on QB sneaks on 3rd down. They were successful 88% of the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big 3rd down and 1.
3rd and 1. The ball at the 17-yard line. Harvey takes it, and he's still on his feet, but he picks up the 1st down near the 10-yard line. Malachi Harvey.
A lot of things going right now for the Northview offense. They just need to keep their, head down, keep grinding like they are, and hopefully they can put 6 points on the board.
Number 5.
They've done a good job this drive of shutting down the Thunderbird defensive line. You know, the first drive, Harris was able to get in the backfield pretty quick, but it looks like they've kind of stifled him on this drive so far.
Handoff, and down to about the 6. That was Harvey again.
Yeah, he's been the workhorse on this drive.
2nd and 5. The Cougars have to get inside the 2-yard line for a 1st down. 3:02 left in the 1st. No score between the Park Crossing Thunderbirds and the Northview Cougars. That time,
They were ready for it.
yeah. Harvey was stopped at the line of scrimmage. It brings up 3rd and 5.
You know, right there on that call, I would have liked to seen you expand your playbook a little bit. You know, you've ran that play about 4 or 5 times, a couple times in a row. You know, on 2nd down and 5, kind of open it up. Maybe take a shot for the end zone, you know. I mean, you need this is a big game. This is an area game. You dropped one last week, so you really need to win.
3rd and 5. Man in motion to pitch back. And that was to a Jabri Barber, and he loses about 4. So the Cougars will have to attempt a field goal. Will be a 25-yard attempt. Actually, 26-yard attempt.
Timeout. Coach Parrish does not look happy that he had to take that timeout either.
So timeout on the field with 1:27 left in the first. No score between the Cougars and Thunderbirds. So the Cougars are attempting a 26-yard field goal. They had managed to get the ball to the 6-yard line, but they weren't able to punch it in the end zone. That one would have been good from 60. It wound up on the tennis courts, looks like. So Northview gets a 26-yard field goal by Jack Martin to go ahead 3-0 with 1:24 left in the first. So the Cougars put together a 49-yard drive, capped off with a 26-yard field goal by Jack Martin to take the lead. So that was a good defensive drive, a stop by the Cougars, and then they were able to get the ball and put some points on the board. Martin kicks it, and that one's going to be returnable, and it goes into the end zone, but he brings it out. And he's got some running room.
Oh, man. Oh, Lord.
A lot of times what happens, a great return, it throws the timing off when the receiver fumbles the ball. Great return to the Northview 36.
Yeah, that's a Darrell Lewis right there, the starting running back for Park Crossing. And I thought he was going to house it right there.
Yep, and I think by him fumbling the ball was just enough to throw the defenders off, and a great return that time.
And they flipped the field on him real quick.
Really, that was ball's at the 36-yard line. A 63-yard return. Quick out to number 3, and he's knocked out of bounds.
That's Tremaine Osborne again on the outside, and Robinson finds him with a quick strike, you know, a little screen pass, and they were able to pick up positive yardage by 8 yards right there on first down.
2nd and 2. The ball inside the Northview 30. Ball's at the 29-yard line. Handoff and a tackle, but it may be enough. It's going to be enough for a first down.
It was a nice open field tackle, though, right there by Glenn. He grabbed onto him, didn't let go because, man, he had a big hole. If he would have got by Glenn, he might have scored.
It's short, so it brings up a 3rd and short.
This is huge.
So the Cougars need to make a big play here. He was. It looked like he was out of bounds, but
Yeah, they called
they're
the
going to
catch.
say it was in.
Yep.
Number 3, Osborne, comes up a little gimpy. He's being replaced. So it's a 1st and 10, the ball at the 24-yard line of the Cougars.
That looked like a play out of the old Florida playbook when Tim Tebow was there.
Yeah, it
Run
did.
it, jump, and throw it to somebody.
It was a good effort that time by the quarterback, Trevor Robinson.
There
Going
he goes.
right up the middle, and he takes it inside the 5 down to about the 2. Trevor Robinson.
Yeah, he's a good-looking player. He's causing a lot of problems for the Northview defense right now.
Well, I tell you, it's amazing how one play can make a difference. That return really seemed to have just turned up the energy and the determination of the Thunderbirds.
Touchdown.
They just walk into the end zone. That's number 10 for the Thunderbirds. Davion Taylor for the touchdown from 4 yards out. Well, I tell you, field position can make a big difference.
Yes, it can. Jim Tressel always said football is a game of field position.
So, Park Crossing scores with 6 seconds left in the first. And we talked about how this was just it was a 36-yard drive, but I mean the return made all the difference.
Gave them all the momentum.
Yeah, the momentum seems to just turn on a dime after that play. They're going for the 2-point conversion. Great stop by the Cougars. Great stop.
I'm trying to see who that is. 56, I think.
Yeah, I believe it was. Did you get that number, Willie? Was that 56?
It is 56. McKell.
52.
Oh, 52.
52.
Oh, my eyes played a trick on me. That's Gavin Cruz.
So they missed the 2-point conversion. And that was a good open field tackle.
Man,
there.
it was.
So Park Crossing takes a 6-3 lead over the Cougars with 6 seconds left in the first. Like we were saying, field position was all the difference in that drive.
Northview's hanging strong, though. Only down 3 right here at the end of the first. And we ain't at the end of the first, really. They could run one back right here. If they do, remember where you heard it first, folks.
George is making a prediction.
Tearing a page out of your book.
All right, and Harvey takes it on the 15. Oh, George, you may have called it across midfield. Harvey takes it down inside the 30. So he said, I can do what y'all do, too.
That's right. That's right. And that was a great run right there by Harvey to give Northview the momentum here going into the second quarter.
George, you almost called that
Almost.
one.
Almost.
Looks like some of that middle luck is rubbing off.
That's right. Sitting in the booth's help.
So that should end the first quarter. It is. At the end of the first, the score is Park Crossing 6, Northview 3. We'll be back with more action after this time out. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network. Welcome back to Rip Hughes Stadium at Wildfield tonight, where the Cougars of Northview are hosting the Thunderbirds of Park Crossing. I'm Mick Kirkland along with George Willard. And George, Northview played a good first quarter.
They sure did. You know, they didn't make any turnovers, which has been an Achilles heel for them. Their defense has showed up again, and they're in a good position here to start off the second quarter, only down 6-3, and they just had a great return at the end of the first quarter, so I think all the momentum's on their side.
Yes, and that return was by Malachi Harvey, I believe it was.
And he's been the workhorse on offense, too, getting the majority of the carries right now.
2nd and 8 for the Cougars. And they pitch the ball back, and he cuts to the inside and knocked out of bounds at about the 22.
Number 8, Jamal Lane gets the ball from number 1, Jeffrey Barber.
It's a good job of getting some positive yardage right there, but I'm looking at the Thunderbird defense, and right now they got 9 guys in the box. So they're daring Northview to throw the ball. I think you got to open up your playbook here and show them that, take a shot downfield. Let them know that you're not afraid. Get that defense to open up a little bit and get some running lanes for your running backs.
3rd and 2 for the Cougars. The ball at the 22-yard line of the Thunderbirds. Lane is the quarterback. Harvey in the backfield. Man in motion. They give it to Harvey, and he should have enough for the first down. Second effort gets the first.
Yep. I think he does have enough for the first.
So the Cougars have the ball inside the 20-yard line of the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, this is their second time inside the red zone this game. So that's what wins you ball games, is what you can do in the red zone. So you got to score touchdowns, and Northview needs one right here.
This is definitely a big possession, and I think that return kind of took some of the wind out of Park Crossing, because they had a lot of momentum after that touchdown, but the Cougars come right back. Lane keeps it, and boy, he's not 4 yards forward, but we'll take it.
That's right. Yeah, he took a shot right there from Darius Hodges. That's the Tulane commit right now. So he's definitely the leader on this Thunderbird defense. That was a D1 hit right there he just took, too.
2nd and 7 for the Cougars. The ball just sitting near the 16-yard line. This drive started on the Park Crossing 31. Second effort gets a little, maybe a yard or so.
Number 8, Jamal Lane gets the ball to number 13, Malachi Harvey.
There was Harvey on the carry.
Stopped by number 1, Jaden
3rd and 5
Marcus Harris
for the Cougars. They need to try to punch one in the end zone here.
They do.
The yards broke down in 5.
Field goals are good because they give you points, but you're not going to win many games without scoring touchdowns.
Yeah, if you get this deep in your opponent's territory. Good pitch back to Jabri Barber, and he's still going, and he's going to be.
No, he's going to get the first down from the spot on the far side.
Yeah, he needed to get to the 9. I believe he got to the 7.
Nice second effort there by Barber.
Right, and that's the thing we're seeing. These Cougar running backs are, they're pumping those legs and keeping it going forward, and that's what you want.
Absolutely, and to see hands on the hips right now for the Thunderbirds. They're wearing this defense down, and that's good as the game goes on. That's for sure.
Yeah, this is actually the second pretty long drive the Cougars have had tonight. 1st and goal. And it's down near the goal line.
Mm-hmm.
Malachi Harvey.
He's good about bouncing off tackles. Guys hit him low, and he still doesn't go down.
So the ball's on the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 3.
You got to be careful with the football here.
Very careful. And if you look, the Park Crossing defenders have their hands on their hips.
Oh, yeah, they're gassed right now. One guy's not even standing up. You can just tell they are gassed. So credit the Northview offense. This has been a nice calculated drive.
2nd and goal. Harvey takes it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Very nice right there by Malachi Harvey. He's ran hard for the last 2 years. He's definitely the leader on this offense, and it's good to see him get in the end zone right there.
So Harvey takes it in from 4 yards out to put the Cougars back on top. 9-6 with 7:26 left in the first half. Cougars put together a 7-minute, 20-second drive.
This is great to see them play like this against Park Crossing. Park Crossing's a new school, and they've pretty much dominated this region since they've been formed.
Boy, that was good, but I think it went across Tate Drive.
I think so, too, over there into the open lot.
Yeah. So Jack Martin capped it off with an extra point. So the Cougars go up 10-6 with 7:26 left in the first half.
All right, now from Northview leaves the Cougars. Northview!
So the Cougars will be kicking off. It's important that they don't allow the Thunderbirds to get a good return. So maybe Jack Martin will. Well, that's actually Justin. Let's see, number 6. Yeah, Jack Martin needs to put this one in the end zone. No return. Boy, that would have been a field goal for 60 yards.
Yeah, that would have been.
Did that go through the upright?
It did, dead center.
Wow. We talked about Martin. He's already received the scholarship to
South Alabama. So he is a D1 kicker. He'll be kicking against those Troy Trojans. Blue, mouthful.
You know, over the years, Northview's had some good kickers.
Yes, they have. I believe they have a kid kicking at Troy right now.
So 1st and 10 from the 20. Thunderbirds, a quick pass out. And it's good for about 5.
Number 7, Trevor Robinson is the ball.
Robinson, number 7, Trevor Robinson, is the quarterback. Let's gain a 5, 2nd and 5.
32, Nathan Cobb.
And a flag.
The flag on the play.
The flag is against the Cougars. So it's going to give that'll give the Thunderbirds a first down.
Results in the first down for the Thunderbirds. 1st and 10.
1st and 10
30-yard line.
from the 30.
Nice pressure right there.
Complete. Wow. I don't know how Robinson got that one off and completed it.
There's a flag on the field, though. I don't know either. That was a very athletic play there by Robinson.
We've seen him make a couple of athletic plays.
Yes, we have.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
Number 2, Steve Thomas. He's stopped by number
Northview's doing a good job of not biting on that read option right there. Following the quarterback, keeping him from rolling out, finding space. And credit the corners, too. Locking up coverage.
And Northview's done a really good job of keeping pressure on the quarterback, not allowing him to sit there and pick his receivers out.
Yeah, I mean, credit the defensive line because Park Crossing's got some big kids on their offensive line. I mean, listen to these. There's 6'2", 285, 6'1", 340, 6'4", 320. I mean, those are college-size offensive linemen there. So
it's
1st and 15
First down and 15.
for the Thunderbirds. Hand off. No, he keeps it. But Northview is doing a good job of staying home. That time Robinson tried to fake the handoff and he decided to keep it in. Nothing there.
that's Cobb and Dyer again on the stop. I mean, those guys are just great at getting pressure this year, and I mean, they're just doing a good job of stifling the running game, making Park Crossing very one-dimensional right now.
2nd and 5. We're down to 6:02 left in the first half. The Cougars of Northview leading the Thunderbirds of Park Crossing 10-6, and that pass is incomplete.
Number 7, Trevor
Brings up
Robinson.
3rd and 15.
Number 3, Tremaine Austin. His ball is incomplete.
An eligible receiver downfield again.
So that will back the Thunderbirds up more. Ball back to the 20-yard line.
Heat timeout now.
So with 5:51 left in the first half, the score is the Cougars of Northview 10, the Thunderbirds of Park Crossing 6. We'll be back with more action. Second and it's 3rd and 20. They have second on the.
No, it is 2nd and 21.
Second and 21. Yes, exactly right. Robinson keeps it, and he's tripped at the line of scrimmage. He may have picked up a yard.
Robinson keeps the ball. He's struck by number 28, Paul Lane.
The scoreboard and the sideline marker are not in sync. And that's what's throwing us off.
Yep.
The scoreboard says 4th and 19, and
It threw off some Northview players, too. I saw them run out there for punt coverage, but the marker on the field is the one they go by. So
right. 3rd and 19. This is the big 3rd down for the Cougars.
Here comes Dyer. Man, what a big hit right there on the weak side.
Wow.
And Braxton Dyer's just having a great year. My goodness.
Wow, what a play by the Cougars. It's 4th down now.
Yes, it is.
Well, I've been very impressed with the Cougars defensively tonight.
I have too. And I'll tell you, I've been really impressed with Dyer this year. He was a starter last year, but he was kind of quiet. You know, it was his first year starting. This year, he's really come into his own, and he's the leader of this defense.
So the Cougars should get the ball in pretty good field position. I tell you, they haven't given Robinson many opportunities.
They haven't. I mean, they got Park Crossing on their heels right now.
Punt. Fair catch is taken at midfield by Jabri Barber. So the Cougars will be starting in great field position again. They have a short field. They'll be starting at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, and only 4.5 minutes here left in this half. If they were able to score, they get the ball back after the half. I mean, they could really take control of this ball game.
Right. This is a very important drive. This is a drive that can really give Northview the momentum going into halftime and add to their lead. They're leading by 4 now, 10-6. Lane has played quarterback all night.
Yes.
I'm not sure. It looks like could be offside. If it is, it's the 3rd offside call. It is offside, and that's the 3rd offside call against Park Crossing. They're getting a little anxious.
They are. And watch Northview right here. You know, Coach Parrish probably notices that. We're probably going to start seeing some hard counts to see them jump off again.
So a 5-yard penalty. It brings up a 1st and 5 for the Cougars. The ball on the 45-yard line of the Thunderbirds. Lane pitches it, and it's a fumble, and that's exactly what the Cougars didn't need.
Blocking the back, maybe?
Wow. We talked about how turnovers, Northview had played so well and not committed a turnover. That was a huge turnover.
That was, and I think that was just a mistake by a young kid right there, trying to make more of a broken play instead of just going down and protecting the football. Try to pitch it off right there as he's about to get tackled, and man, they really just gave Park Crossing momentum.
They sure did. So Park Crossing will take over with 4:16 left, and they're inside the 15-yard line. They're at the Northview 14-yard line. Davion Taylor is the running back, and they hand it off to him, and he stopped at the 10 for a gain of 4.
Number 7, Tyler Robinson. His ball number 10, Davion Taylor.
Brings up a 2nd and
Number 9,
6.
Cameron Pruitt. And number 28, Donald Lane. Brings up a 2nd down and 7.
Robinson. And right into the end zone goes the big man, number 10, Davion Taylor, from 10 yards out. Boy, they converted that turnover.
Yeah, they sure did. Two plays.
Yeah.
He went in untouched.
And we talked about how turnovers can really hurt you. Northview had all the momentum.
Yep. They could write a book on how turnovers hurt you. 'Cause, I mean, they were in that Wetumpka game, but they had all those turnovers. They're winning this game right now. They were at least, and didn't have any turnovers. And what do you know? They turned the ball over, and now they're about to be down by 3.
So a 2-point conversion attempt, and they miss it again. So both 2-point conversion attempts by Park Crossing have been missed, and that's advantage Cougars.
That is definitely an advantage right there. Because now, kick a field goal, you're back in the lead.
So the score is Park Crossing 12, Northview 10. So after the Northview miscue, 2 plays and a touchdown. Touchdown was by number 10, Davion Taylor. I tell you, that was a very costly turnover. Northview had the lead and the ball in good field position. Cougars take it on the 9-yard line and brings it out to the 31-yard line. That was Debris Barber. So Northview will be starting
Number 13
at the 31-yard line.
Number 26, Joshua Rudolph.
So the Cougars have had good field position all night.
The first and 10.
Their first drive started at their own 30. The next one started at the Park Crossing 49.
And they've actually moved the ball pretty well other than their first drive, but see what they can do here. Ooh. He's able to escape one tackle.
Barber, I tell you what, he was able to get something positive out of it. It looked like he was going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage, but he gets a couple of positive yards out of it.
Yeah, Koki Lee just exploded through the backfield right there, but Barber did a nice job of getting away from him.
2nd and 8 for the Cougars. 3 minutes left in the first half. They're trailing 12-10 to the Park Crossing Thunderbirds.
He brings up a 2nd down and 8.
Lane keeps it, and he's going to be dropped at the line of scrimmage.
That was Darius Hodges there on the tackle. Did a good job of staying at home, reading that play, and bringing Lane down in the backfield.
3rd and 9 for the Cougars, and they need a first down. They don't need to put the ball back in the hands of the Thunderbirds here in the closing minutes of the first half.
Busted play.
Yeah, just hold it, take the sack.
Yep.
Don't try to do anything that risks the ball security.
Yeah, and that was Otis Williams there on the tackle. So
1:54 left with timeout on the field, and the Thunderbirds lead the Cougars 12-10. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network. So the Cougars will have to punt. Martin puts up a high driving punt.
It's going to be a block in the back.
And the ball is returned to the 41-yard line of Park Crossing.
Number 6, Jack Martin's kick is saved by number 2, Stephen Thomas. Thomas stopped by number 94.
And there's a flag.
There's a flag on the hill.
Yeah, I think it's going to be holding.
Park Crossing has a man down at the 40-yard line. The officials are discussing the flag. Holding against Park Crossing. So that will back the Thunderbirds up. They'll march it off from the 41-yard line. So we'll take it back to the 31-yard line. First and 10 for the Thunderbirds. The Cougars need to hold here. Need to get them 3 and out. Trevor Robinson, number 7, is the quarterback. Pass complete. And enough for a first down out to about the 45-yard line. He needed to get to the 42. They're going to mark it at about the 47.
That was Osborne again. He's been the favorite target tonight by Robinson. And Robinson's got a cannon arm, so minute 30, to go in this half. It's plenty of time for them to score.
Hand the ball off. Ooh. Wow. Still going number 5. Wow. Number 5 is Lewis.
Yeah, it's a Darrell Lewis, but it looks like there's going to be a hold. And there he is.
Okay, well, good for the Cougars.
That's right.
No wonder he was able to get so many
I
balls.
know, right?
He had a little help there.
The foul is holding against the Thunderbirds.
Wow, that was a big play. That really helped the Cougars there. So it brings up a first and about 20.
Cougars blitzing.
Goes deep.
He's got a man.
Overthrew him. The intended receiver was number 3,
Number 7,
Tremaine Osborne.
pass intended for number 3, Tremaine Osborne, and he falls incomplete.
So it's a 2nd and 20. Cougars just can't afford to give up a big play here.
No, and they almost did right there. He had a man, just overshot him. They keep blitzing. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
False start. Good job on the defense right there.
Yes, number 94. That time for the Cougars did a good job. That was Braxton Dyer. And
he's got 2 sacks tonight, so the offensive line is definitely watching him.
5 yards.
Great job right there to throw off their timing.
26.
so now that brings up a 2nd and 26. Whoa, that was a miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback. I think number 14 was who he was expecting, Washington, and Washington stopped on the route for some reason.
Yeah, he ran a curl instead of a post, and needless to say, that ball went sailing.
26.
3rd and 26. 57 seconds left in the half. Cougars need to make a stop here. Robinson across the middle, but a good tackle that time by the Cougars. That was number 22 for the Cougars on the stop, Jackson.
Yeah, and that was Owens there again. I'm sorry, Osborne again on the catch. He comes up limping right there, so hopefully he's okay. They're probably just going to run this clock all the way down. The play clock hasn't started yet.
Brings up a 4th down and 13.
Northview takes a timeout.
So the play clock and the game clock are both at 25 seconds. We have timeout on the field. Park Crossing leads Northview 12 to 10. 4th and 13. I would look for the fake for sure.
Yeah. Called that a few times this year.
But they punt it, and a good punt.
Takes a Northview bounce, too.
Well, and then it takes Park Crossing bounce back to the 16-yard line, but that was a good stop by the Cougars. And probably the best thing here to do is just take a knee and run the clock out.
I agree. You know, a couple weeks ago, we saw them try to push it down the field for a touchdown, and it backfired on them. And Wetumpka scored with 6 seconds left. Really took control of the game then.
Right.
So.
Yeah, Wetumpka was up at 10-0 at the time, and they scored with 6 seconds left to go up 17 to nothing, and it just totally changed the game.
It sure did.
Park Crossing's out of timeouts. Well, no, Northview's out of timeouts. Northview takes a knee. And that should end the first half of action.
Yeah, it's going to.
And it ends. So we've come to the end of the first half, and the scores of Park Crossing Thunderbirds 12 and Northview Cougars 10. We'll be back with halftime activities after this timeout. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Bachelor, we welcome you to the Northview Cougar Marching Band halftime show. The assistant directors are Jamie Howell and Patrick Ward. The best instructor is Marcus Jordan. Majorette instructors are Amanda Montgomery and Shelby Morrow. The color guard instructors are Kristen Schultz, LaPortia Pierce, and Khadijah Helms. Majorette captains are Tatia Kane and Macy Ollie. Color guard captains are Shakira Marsh and Ivana Pollard. The drum major is Adrian Lewis. Tonight's show is entitled The Arena of Gladiators. Drum major Adrian Lewis, is your band ready for tonight's performance? Ladies and gentlemen, the Northview Cougar Marching Band.
Hello and welcome back to Rip Stadium, Wildfield tonight, where the Northview Cougars are hosting the Thunderbirds of Park Crossing from Montgomery, Alabama. I'm Mitt Kirkland along with George Willard. And George, what are your thoughts on the first half?
Well, Mitt, it's been a close game. Northview's only down by 2 points right now, and their defense has held strong. Their offense has been able to move the ball. Really, the difference in this game was the one turnover that Northview, committed. And but I think that they can get that under control, that this is going to be a very competitive second half, and they have a good chance of winning this ball game.
And, Northview's defense has played excellent. They were put in a bad position with the turnover, but otherwise they have really done a good job. Wow. Okay, so this is the poorest starting field position for the Cougars. They'll be starting at their own 20-yard line.
Received by number 19, Zane Macon.
And they've done a good job tonight. The quarterback has been number 8 for the Cougars, and that's Jamal Lane. He's done an admirable job along with number 1, Jabri Barber, and number 13, Malachi Harvey. And defensively, you talked about number 94, Braxton Dyer, and one other one you were high on.
Yeah, Nathan Cobb. Both of those guys have a couple tackles for loss right now, and Braxton Dyer's actually got 2 sacks. So both those guys are having a great game.
I'll tell you, they have really played well tonight. A gain of 5 on first down, so it brings up a 2nd and 5 for the Cougars.
Number 13, Malachi Harvey, top 5. Number 6,
there was Harvey on the carry.
Number 1, Jayden Taylor. Play picks up 5 yards.
And the Cougars have put together a couple of long drives, which really could take a toll on the Park Crossing defense later in the game. That time Harvey is hit at the line of scrimmage. No gain. It brings up a 3rd and 5.
Number 8, Jamal Lane gets ball to number 13.
Yeah, Park Crossing's seen that play quite a few times tonight. They're honing in on it. They are plugging those holes right there, and it's really hard for Harvey to get anything up the middle.
And I think Northview's only attempted 1 pass.
They have, and he didn't even get the ball off. He had to tuck it and run. So
3rd and 5. The ball at the 25-yard line of the Cougars.
There's a
Pass, and it's complete.
First down.
And that was completed over to number 11 for the Cougars, Allison Mims. And so that one play there will make Park Crossing have to rethink things.
Absolutely. I mean, we talked about it in the first half. Park Crossing is putting 9 guys in the box. They're creeping their safeties up, and they're just leaving man coverage on the outside. And Northview is not, trying to go at them with that coverage. They can keep running the ball, and when there's 9 guys right there, I mean, it's overloaded.
And off, and not much there. Maybe a yard.
I think
was that a fumble?
I don't
know.
Number 6,
I think they were going to say he was down. But, you know, Mitt, what I would like to see Northview do is try to throw the ball on first down. You know, they haven't really opened the playbook up. You know, we've seen a lot of dives up the middle and run, you know, switch it up on them. Keep them guessing, you know, keep them on their toes.
Right. 2nd and 9 for the Cougars. That time they give it to Barber, and he's slung to the field.
That's
a loss of a couple of yards.
That's Lee and number 94 on the tackle. I believe Jalen Brown.
A loss of 2. 3rd and 12 for the Cougars.
Now I think you got to throw the ball.
Goes
Fade.
deep. Oh,
Nice
almost there. It was a great effort that time by Jordan Allen. It's incomplete, so the Cougars go 3 and out. Well, actually, they got 1 first down. They'll have to punt. Back deep is number 5 for Park Crossing. Is it 5 or 6?
I think that's 5.
We have 3 number 5, so we're not sure. He takes it at the 34. He's got some running room outside. He cuts back inside, and he could take it.
There's a flag on the field, though, so I think it might be coming back.
He takes it, but I think it has a flag at about the 40, about the 38-yard line.
Yeah, I saw Braxton Dyer get blocked in the back there, so I think that might be the call.
Yeah, and that's his second big return, but that one's coming back, we believe.
As a former colleague would say, not so fast, Mitt.
Jimbo, where are you, buddy?
Yeah, I know.
I know where he's at the Waffle House.
That's right.
Get some hash brown smothered, covered in
chunked, I believe.
Yeah. I want to say hello to our good buddy Jimbo Lofton, who spent so many years in the booth with us here, and we really appreciate all that he did for so many years. And we want to thank our sponsors. It's Carolyn Smith at Lewis Smith Supply, Trinity Bank, Dothan and Enterprise, and Briars Warren Drugs and Enterprise. We couldn't bring you these games without the sponsors, so we encourage you to go out and support the sponsors and let them know that you're watching the games on Scenic Sports Network. So Park Crossing will be starting at their own 20.
That was big for Northview right there.
That was huge. Huge. Goes from what looked like it was going to be a touchdown to the ball back on the Park Crossing 20. And a good defensive play that time by the Cougars for a loss.
Yeah, that was number 30 again on the stop, Colby Reese.
Number 20.
Oh, is it number 20?
It's kind of hard to see these numbers sometimes.
It is.
From up here.
Donald Glenn. Bring my binoculars next week.
Yeah, that was number 20.
He stopped by number 20, Donald Glenn.
A loss of about 6. It brings up a 2nd and 16 for the Thunderbirds. Boy, number 6 gets to the outside. And boy, he picks up a first down. Number 6 is Darius Hodges. I believe. No, it must be Justin Hendricks. I think it's Justin Hendricks. That's enough for a Thunderbird first down. The ball at the 34-yard line of the Cougars.
Robinson
Quarterback keeps it, yeah, and he's going to be dropped at about 35. They're going to give him 2. Ball at the 36-yard line. 2nd and 8. Paul Crossan is coming out attacking here in the 3rd.
Yeah, they're playing aggressive. They know they only have a 2-point lead, and they're a heavy favorite in this game. So trying to keep that foot on the pedal. Ooh, that could have been big.
Wow. I'll tell you what, we talked about the fumble on the kickoff. Was it the kickoff?
Yes.
You kick off, and it's just enough to throw the timing off of the defensive players, and that's what happened there.
Yep. A great awareness there by Robinson to find a hole and pick up a first down.
1st and 10, the ball at the 49-yard line of the Thunderbirds.
Keeps it.
Pass complete. And it was over to number 2, Jermaine Osborne. He picks up about 5. He's 2nd and 5.
Robinson is about number 2, Stephen Thomas. Thomas was stopped by number 2, Brandon Melton. And
Park Crossan is going into the hurry up. They are lining up and going.
brings up a 2nd and 4.
High snap and a flag. Offside.
Flag on the play.
It's against Northview. Yeah. So that will be a first down for the Thunderbirds. This drive started on their own 20 after a kickoff, a punt return for a touchdown was called back. Boy, I tell you, number 10, he has some speed. Davion Taylor, he had a touchdown earlier.
He might have had a touchdown right there if Dyer didn't have great pursuit and trip him up.
A gain of 8, 2nd and 2. I tell you, this looks like a different Park Crossan team here in the opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, they're not back on their heels right now. They're just putting their head down and going to work.
Another first down that time from Taylor.
Number 7, Trevor Robinson, gets about number 10.
Official timeout here.
So timeout on the field with 5:50 left in the third. The score is Park Crossan 12, Northview 10. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network. So the Thunderbirds have a 1st and 10, the ball at the 26-yard line of the Cougars. The Cougars need to come up with the stop here, George. They have the Thunderbirds have just walked down the field on them on this drive.
Yeah, it would be big right here. I mean, it's still just a 2-point game, so Northview close to getting an offsides there. Oh, man, he's out in the open by himself.
And nobody's no help, but it's a flag back here.
Flag on the flag.
Holding against Park Crossan, so that one will be coming back. So I tell you, Northview's gotten a couple of breaks on flags on this
They
drive.
have, The referees have been an extra defender for them on a few plays.
And they had Park Crossan had a touchdown call back, and then that was a big play. So
Yep.
And maybe it was because of holding. It was a big play.
Yep, that's right.
You wonder, well, how was he so wide open? Why could he get so many yards?
We know why now.
Ball's on the 36-yard line.
Ball's back to on the 36-yard line. I tell you, I'm looking for a pass here. I think they're going to go for a pass.
They got the quarterback to do it. Well, they passed
A
it.
screen.
Man, nice pursuit there by the Cougars not to get fooled on the screen.
On that tackle was number 93 for the Cougars, Rashard Utsi. We normally hear that name for basketball players from up around Barber County.
That's right. That's right.
Good stop that time by Oopsie. So it's a 2nd and 18. And the fumble, and the Cougars recover. Whoa, did they get it?
I think they did. I think that's number 9 that fell on a Cameron True.
Wow. So the Cougars got the break that they needed.
Park Crossing got a turnover in the first half, gave them the lead. Northview gets theirs, maybe they can take the lead now.
That time Robinson couldn't hold on to the ball, and he coughed it up. And it's the Cougars' ball, so the Cougars will be starting at their own 36-yard line. So Park Crossing was able to capitalize on the Cougar turnover, converted it to a touchdown. So we'll see if the Cougars can return the favor. Park Crossing has not scored an extra point. They went for 2-point conversions both times and missed. And I tell you what, they're being stingy up the middle.
They are. Their defensive line's really, really good. And they're energized right now, too.
A loss of 1, 2nd and 11 for the Cougars.
And number 6 for the Thunderbirds.
That left side of their defensive line's really good. That's Darius Hodges, the Tulane commit, and then number 8, Marcus Harris. He's had a really nice game, too.
We're down to under 4 minutes left in the third. Park Crossing leading 12-10 over the Cougars of Northview.
There's another flag. I think that's going to be pass interference.
Flag on the play.
Oh, sideline warning. Wow.
Yeah. So it's 3rd and 11 for the Cougars. They need a first down here, George.
They do. They really do.
They need to capitalize on the turnover, and that's something you always want to do. If your opponent commits a turnover, you definitely want to try to get some points off of it. The Cougars have backed up 1 yard, so they have a 3rd and 11. But I do like them trying to stretch the field some.
Oh, yeah.
The pass, and it loosen up the secondary, and they just can't stack the line.
Go, run. Ooh, got a man. Oh, man, he just overthrew Barber there. Barber was wide open on the crossing route.
So the Cougars will have to punt. So Park Crossing defense did a good job of stopping the Cougars and actually backing them up. So they are forced to punt. Back deep is number 5. And we have several number 5s, and I don't know if it's Lewis, probably Lewis.
Another good punt right there. Ball's way up there. Oop.
That was a dangerous.
Yes, it was. He bobbled it a little bit right there, picking it up off the ground.
So Northview punts the ball, and Park Crossing will be taken over at the 24-yard line, their own 24-yard line. 1st and 10. 3:18 left in the third. Park Crossing leads Northview 12-10. Park Crossing fumbled on their last possession at the Cougars 20. Pass complete.
Oh, man.
And boy, that was a touchdown-saving tackle.
Yes, it was.
That time by number 2 for the Cougars, Brennan Melton.
I believe he is the younger brother of one Cameron Melton that
Yes, he is.
went to Troy, Auburn, then Troy. 2-year starter at Troy, too.
And he actually was on Auburn's team when they went to the national championship and played Florida State. And also in that game was
Marquez White.
Yeah, White, and Northview gets a penalty for
Late hit.
late hit, and it was unnecessary.
Yeah.
The man was out of bounds. Just back off. You can't afford to put your team in a situation like that.
I agree, Mitt.
Yeah, but you know that was amazing. They had 2 players, one for Northview and one for Dothan High, that were on the teams that played for the national championship. First down and more. That's 15 unnecessary yards. Unnecessary, and that really gives your opponents a big advantage. That now they're down in the red zone.
Yep. Yeah, you can't make those kind of mistakes in a 2-point game. Nice pressure, though, by the defense.
Yeah, and on that tackle was number 5 for the Cougars, Jamari Stacy.
Number 7, Robinson keeps the ball. He's stopped by number 5, Jamari Stacy, and number 93, Rashad Ibsen.
So a loss of 2, 2nd and 12.
Northview needs to watch the slant route to the slot receiver. They've ran that a few times, and Robinson's hit him in the chest each time. So and right now he's got a safety lined up on him in man coverage, so they might go to it. They hand it off, though.
Well, that was number 6 again, Justin Hendricks.
Number 94, Braxton Dyer, again on the tackle. Called his name a lot tonight.
So it's a 3rd down, 3rd and about 6.
Oh, we see number 42 coming off the field right now, Cobb. Hopefully he's all right. That's a big part of Northview's defense right there.
And to replace him is number 43, Reese, Sorrell Reese. This is a big 3rd down. The Cougars need to stop the Thunderbirds here. And it's going. Yeah, that should be a first down.
Yeah, it's going to be 1st and goal here.
Yeah, they needed to get to about the 10, and they get inside the 10.
McGee is stopped by number 27, Myron.
And this hurry-up offense is actually affecting the Cougar defensively.
Brings up a 1st and goal situation.
He's
Down
close.
to the 1-yard line. That's number 5. We're going to say it's Lewis. Okay, 1st and goal from the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. And the Cougars stop them.
Oh, touchdown.
No, yeah, cross-out official. So that was a 1-yard TD run. So with 46 seconds left in the 3rd. And I tell you what, Park Crossing has come out this 2nd half, and they have really stepped things up.
They have, but Northview's had their chances. They created a turnover, couldn't do anything on offense, but
2-point conversion.
he's in.
And
Oh no, he's
the
not.
Cougars have stopped them on every conversion.
And all on open field tackles too,
Right.
single tackles.
So they missed the 3rd conversion.
That's a big play right there, man. It's still a 1-possession game. They're only down 8 points. Excuse me.
So I tell you what hurt the Cougars on that drive was that 15-yard unsportsmanlike.
I agree. I was about to say that, before that play started, that they didn't do themselves any favors right there. Gave them an extra 15 yards, and it's just huge.
And that could be the difference in this game.
It could be.
So the Cougars really need to do something here. They have not scored in the third at all, and we have just 46 seconds left in the third. They need a good return here.
It's been a great game, though.
It has been. Northview last score came with 7:26 left in the second.
Oh,
His own man knocked him down. They ought to think that Malachi Harvey was knocked down at the 25, ran into his own man. Well, his own man ran into him.
yeah. As he was making that cut back, his man was coming up to hit somebody and unfortunately hit Malachi.
1st and 10, and we have not seen Grayson Davis at all tonight. I don't know if he's injured or.
I saw him warming up right before the half started. I thought maybe he would come in because, just as a change of pace to see if he could get something going. But looks like, Coach Parrish here is going to stick with Lane the rest of the game.
Jamal Lane is the quarterback. Good run up the middle that time by Malachi Harvey. He picks up 5. To bring up a 2nd and 5 for the Cougars. Good first down run.
It was.
And I think Northview needs to go on the attack, in the attack mode, just like Park Crossing came out the second half.
That's right. I'd like to see them throw the ball here. It's second down now. I've been saying that they need to throw it on first down a little bit, but, you got to open it up a little bit. You got man coverage over here on the outside. Try to take advantage of it. Because that's happened way too much tonight.
Yeah.
That's Marcus Harris again. He's been a rocket off of the line, just exploding through there and hitting them in the backfield. That's like his 4th tackle for loss.
So we've come to the end of 3, and the score is the Park Crossing Thunderbirds 18, the Northview Cougars 10. We'll be back with the 4th quarter of action after this timeout. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network. Hello and welcome back to Riphue Stadium, Wildfield, where the Cougars of Northview are playing the Park Crossing Thunderbirds of Montgomery. I am Mick Kirkland with George Willard, and George, its second half has belonged to the Thunderbirds.
It has. Northview had their chance. They created a turnover, but they weren't able to capitalize, and the Thunderbirds have just controlled the time of possession this half and are really in control of this game right here.
A pitch. Whoa, a great second effort. Should be close to the first. I think it's going to be just a little short. That was by Jabri Barber. And I think it's going to be short.
Yeah. By an inch.
Oh,
they're giving it to
down.
him.
Yeah.
All right.
That was a good run that time by Barber. That extra effort got that first down.
Yeah, and that was an extra effort because he took a lick right there on the sideline.
So the Cougars keep the drive alive as we start the 4th quarter of action. This is a very important drive. The Cougars trailing by 8. With 11:51 left in the 4th. Nothing there.
That's number 94 again for the Thunderbirds. He's just plugging that hole right there. We don't have a number on him right now. I think that's actually Curtis Perry.
And we talk about how difficult it is to get correct rosters every week. And if your schools are listening out there, please put correct rosters online, please.
I agree, but I will give Park Crossing a little bit of credit. There's only about 2 players tonight that we couldn't find numbers for. The rest of them have been accurate, so they have their act together.
I tell you, Lane picks up the first down and more.
Yeah, very nice, Lane.
He picks up about 13 to give the Cougars a 1st and 10 near midfield.
Number 8, Jamal Lane, ball carrier,
You know, and we talk about this, but, you know, in today's technology, that shouldn't be a big deal to get accurate rosters out and post it online.
I know. Take you 5 minutes. Do it from your phone.
Yeah. So we are appealing to all of you schools out there. Please get up-to-date rosters online for broadcasters, not just the TV broadcast, but radio broadcasts and newspaper reporters.
That's right.
Ball's complete over to number 11, Addison Mims. That's his second reception tonight.
A nice little slant pattern right there. He got on the inside of his man, and, you know, Lane gave him a ball he could catch. It was a little low, but so credit Mims on going down and, you know, catching it.
First down for the Cougars.
This is a big drive right here, Mitt, with a little more than 10.5 minutes left to go.
And, you know, I like how they're mixing things up now.
Yep. You know, there's only an 8-point game, so.
You know, so it takes a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Lane drops back.
Ooh.
Whoa. He threw in the coverage that time, and lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Yeah. It was 3 people right there covering that receiver.
Second and 10, and, you know, I'm thinking this getting down to like 4-down territory here.
Oh, I agree.
At this point in the game.
I agree, Mitt. Especially where you're at right now, you know, you're not in field goal range, you're just outside of it. So it wouldn't hurt, you know, to have 4 downs to play with here.
As they said, no man's land.
Yep, exactly.
Harvey in the backfield. Lane gives it to Harvey. He's got some running room. He gets across the 35, inside the 35 to about the 34. A gain of about 7.
It's going to be about 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2 right here.
Yeah, we're going to give him 8, so it's going to be 3rd and 2. And this is 4-down territory.
Oh, yeah.
We're down to 10 minutes left in the 4th. The Cougars trailing 18-10.
Park Crossing is going to take a timeout here.
So timeout on the field with 9:56 left in the 4th. And the score is Park Crossing 18, Northview 10. 3rd and 2 for the Cougars. Boy, I tell you what, he jumped that one.
Yeah, Harris has just had a great game. I mean, you know, the big name for their defense is Darius Hodges, but I think Marcus Harris has had, you know, he's been their defensive player of the game.
So what do? You go for it here or you punt it?
I think you go for it.
Yeah. At this stage in the game, 9.5 minutes left, and
yeah, you got 3 yards to get. I mean, you're not going to beat good teams if you can't get 3 yards. So you might as well.
It's actually about 4. Yeah, well, they're saying 3. It's a long 3.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Good open field tackle.
Yep. They had that one snuffed out. That was number 1, Jaden Taylor.
So the Cougars turn it over on downs. But, hey, you got to be aggressive. Just like they play, you got to come out and play a good defensive series, keep them out of the end zone, and try to force a turnover.
That's right. I mean, it's just a one-possession game, so, you know, you put it in the hands of your defense. They've been the strong part of your team all year, and hopefully they can make a play for you.
Still 9 minutes left in the game. And there's the stop there.
Yep.
A gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Well, they're going to give it to. He looks like he got 1, but
yeah.
Hey, still a good stop on 1st down. Run up the middle, and A couple more yards across the 40.
This is the play of the game coming up right here.
It is. So this is a big down defensively for the Cougars. 3rd and 4 for the Thunderbirds. Incomplete. So the Cougars get them 3 and out.
It's huge.
That time, Robertson threw the ball to the outside and it's incomplete. We'll see if they go for it, but I think they're going to punt it. But I look for a fake punt. I always look for a fake
That's right.
punt.
I mean,
George.
catch them. You would definitely catch Northview off guard.
Yeah.
I think you'd catch most of the people in this stadium off guard if you did a fake punt.
I'm always looking out for things like that. It's a bad snap. The Cougars take it on the 20.
Oh, there you go, Barber.
Jabri Barber, he's got a man to beat.
He might take this.
Jabri Barber is knocked out at the 10-yard line. What a return. That's exactly what the Cougars needed.
Oh, man.
A 70-yard return.
That was a great play right there by Barber. I mean, he's one of the star players of this offense, and, man, he made a play right there.
And that's exactly that. Really, a good return is what really set up Northview's other touchdown.
All right. Special teams, man. They help you win ball games, that's for sure.
1st and 10. We're 1st and goal at the 10.
Oh, fumble.
Fumble.
I thought he was down. I thought his knee was down.
So what does Northview do? Fumble for the 2nd time in a position they can't afford to fumble. Down in the red zone. We talked about how turnovers hurt them in the game against Wetumpka, and they're doing the same thing here against Park Crossing. They had great field position. The ball was on the 10-yard line. Well, yeah, it was on the 10-yard line.
It was. And, I mean, the man that put him there on the 10-yard line is the one that coughed it up. And that's just a turn of events right there for Jabri Barber. Like I said, I thought he was down from up here in the booth, but there's no instant replay, and the officials called it a fumble. So Northview's just going to have to bounce back right here on defense.
So what Northview needs to do here is force a turnover deep in their own territory.
See Cobb come back in the game, so that's big for Northview.
So the ball out to the 20-yard line, and I tell you what, that's a killer there.
Yeah.
When you get the ball that deep into your opponent's territory and cough it up.
And the defense did what you want your defense to do. Got a 3 and out. Special teams get you down there in the red zone. Basically 1st and goal, and
man, I tell you, things can turn so quickly.
They can.
It's enough for a 1st down for the Thunderbirds.
Braxton Dyer on the tackle again.
6:38 left in the 4th. Northview trailing by 8. And they were in a position to tie the score or put some more points on the board.
Now we're just seeing Park Crossing bleed this clock.
But I think they put a little fear in Park Crossing there.
Oh, I think so too.
Park Crossing just got a break.
Yeah.
With the fumble and the 2 turnovers. Park Crossing had 6 points off Northview turnover. Northview nothing off a Park Crossing turnover.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that's the difference between these two teams. Each team has created a turnover for themselves, but one team has been able to capitalize on it, the other team hasn't, and that's why Northview's losing right now.
And if you look, the difference in this game is the turnover and then converting the points off turnover.
Correct. Because credit Northview, they've won the turnover, or not the turnover battle, but the penalty battle. They haven't been penalized too much this game. Park Crossing has, but you know, that's why protecting the football is so important.
1st and 15. Good stop that time by the Cougars.
Yeah, that was number 43 right there. Sorrell Reese met him right in the hole, stuck him.
So a gain of about 2 is 2nd and 13. Timeout on the field, 5:50 left in the 4th. Park Crossing leads Northview 18-10. Man, you just got to hold on to the ball. Okay, Cougars, they've got to make a stop here. 2nd and about 13. That time, Robinson decided to keep it. He picks up a few yards. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 8. This is a big 3rd down.
Yes, it
for
is.
the Cougar defense. The Cougars really need to win this game. Good play.
Man,
wow, he timed that one perfectly.
Sorrell Reese again, man. He's had a nice game so far coming in for the injured Cobb.
So it's 4th down, so the Cougars, they come up defensively and stops Park Crossing.
And they're in a position where they could get some really good field position on this.
Back deep is number 1, Jabri Barber. Number 13, Malachi Harvey. And we saw what Barber did on the last punt.
That's right.
And Harvey is just as capable. And if they can get good field position on this one.
Oh, gosh.
Boy. Whew.
Had me hold my breath right there.
I know. Georges. Let's see where they mark him down. They're going to mark him down on the Park Crossing side of the field.
Yeah, so I guess technically you could say it was a positive return.
Yes. So Northview takes over at the 48-yard line. Park Crossing 48-yard line. And they have 4 minutes to get it done. Lane. Boy, a good block.
Well, at least he didn't force anything right there and create a turnover. He just got out of bounds and, played it smart.
Lost a couple of yards. I wish he would have just thrown it away. He was out of the pocket. He loses 2. But, hey.
Stop the clock, though.
Yeah, it did stop the clock. So, a better alternative than a turnover.
Absolutely.
And try to force something. 2nd and 12, Cougars 4-down territory. They are trailing by 8, 18-10. And I think they're going to have a little help there. Number 10 jumped offside there. Corky Lee.
Yeah, that's, something that the coaching staff noticed in the first half. But they're pretty anxious on that defensive line, so they gave them a hard count here late in the game and got themselves 5 extra yards.
And that's the 4th offsides called on the Thunderbirds.
Right. So you technically have to look at it as like you got 3 yards on first down.
So 2nd and 7 for the Cougars instead of a 2nd and 12. Screen pass to Harvey.
He said that snuffed out.
Yeah, and nothing there. He got back to about the line of scrimmage.
Number 8, Jamal Lane gets the ball. Number 13, Malachi Harvey. Harvey stopped by number 10, Kofi Lee. And number
3.5 minutes left. 3rd and 8 for the Cougars. They lost a yard on that play. But it's 4-down territory.
Get rid of it.
That time Lane held on to the ball absolutely too long.
Yeah.
Number 8, Jamal Lane.
And that was Harris there again on the stop. Him and Corky Lee.
4th and 12. So they've got to get a first down here.
Yeah, you got to look at it as, well, this isn't ball game if they don't get it because Northview still has 3 timeouts, but man, your back's against the wall right now. I think he dropped it.
Would have been better if he caught it.
Yeah, I know.
The ball would have been further down, but so the Cougars turn it over on downs. So Park Crossing takes over at midfield, and they can just run the clock out pretty much. Well, Northview has three timeouts. And there's always a chance of turning the ball over.
That's right. You have a bad snap or something like that. There's a flag down.
So that will stop the clock.
Number 7, Trevor Robinson gets the ball to number 5. Vermont Mitchell. Mitchell stopped by number 32, Nathan Cobb.
It's against Park Crossing, looks like. Must have been holding.
It was.
So 10 yards, and that will move the ball back inside the 40-yard line. So it brings up a 1st and 20. Ball's at the 39-yard line. Out Park Crossing. Just over 2 minutes left. And the run is back up to the 50-yard line. Northview calls a timeout. It's the 3rd and 10 with 1:59 left. Northview trails Park Crossing 18-10. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 for the Thunderbirds. Incomplete. So that will stop the clock with 1:53 left. But the Cougars had good coverage on that. They read that one very well.
They did.
That play was, I don't think it was going to go anywhere, even if he had caught the ball. 3rd and 10.
That's great for Northview right there because they save a timeout.
And they still have 2 timeouts. The Cougars have 2 timeouts left. Whoa.
There's a flag. I think it's going to be a hold right there on 67.
What do you do? Decline the penalty here and make it 4th and 10?
Yeah, I would. They're going to.
Yep. I think they may go for it. Well, 1:47 left in the fourth. Northview would have to get a touchdown and a two-point conversion, but Park Crossing's going for it.
Yeah, the clock's running, so.
They're going to try to. They may just, I think they was just going to run some clock time off the clock and then punt it.
Yeah, Coach Parrish thought that the clock should be stopped there because of the penalty, but he came running down the sideline and called a timeout.
1:36 left in the fourth, 18-10. Park Crossing leads Northview.
Through Friday at 4:30.
Wow.
Saturdays and Sundays are nice.
Fourth down, 9.
4th and 9. Park Crossing in punt formation.
Oh, my goodness. He touched the football.
Boy, I tell you what, after Barber fumbled that ball, he's been just a little shaky handling the ball since.
He has. Credit to number 30, Colby Reese, right there for his awareness to dive on that thing, because I thought there was two Park Crossing guys right there. I thought they were about to get the football.
Yeah, Barber needed to just kind of regroup and get, because after that great return for 70 yards, and he made a mistake and fumbled the ball.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of miscues on kickoffs, on punts. So he just needs to settle down, and hey, you can do it, buddy.
I was going to say that fumble was kind of discombobulating him a little bit, so.
Yeah, but you can come right back and make another big play.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You need to get rid of it.
Get out of bounds.
Number 8, Jamal Lang, ball carrier, picks up 4 yards. Be 2nd down and 6.
Second and 6. All it takes is one play. If they can get a pass over the defensive backs, hey.
Yep.
$1:20 left.
They're going to call it incomplete. Yeah, he didn't survive the ground.
It was a good pass.
Yeah, it was almost a great catch, too. He went up, knowing he was going to get hit. And that was that big play you were talking about, from Barber.
3rd and 6. Hey, so 4 downs again.
That's right. They still have a timeout.
Yeah, 1:19 left in the fourth.
You can't do that, though.
4th down.
You can't take a sack right there.
4th and 9. Hey, this is it. Clock's running.
4th down and 9.
Ball game.
Yep, I think you're right. So it's 1st down, possession changes. So Northview has turned the ball over on downs their last 2 possessions. So Park Crossing, all they have to do now is just take a knee. 20-second differential between the play clock and the game clock.
Come back here next Friday night, the 21st. Russell County beginning one visit.
You're watching the Scenic Sports Network. So, 1st and 10, and Paul Crossing looked like they may try to. No, they're going to take a knee.
Yeah.
And, it comes back. The difference in this game comes back to that turnover. Well, actually 2 turnovers because Northview had the ball on the 10-yard line, which put them in scoring position. But Park Crossing scored off a Northview turnover here early in the third.
Yeah, that was just heartbreaking right there. Barber had that great return and unfortunately then turned it over right there on the 10-yard line, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah, so the final score is the Park Crossing Thunderbirds 18, Northview Cougars 10. On behalf of our cameraman tonight, Willie Elder and George, any closing comments?
This was just a great game. It was good to see Northview come out and be competitive like this, and they got some easier opponents coming up, so I think they have plenty of chances to win and still fight for a playoff spot.
So the Cougars fall by 8 points, 18-10. For George Willett, this is Mick Kirkland saying good night, and thanks for watching the Scenic Sports Network.
You've been watching High School Football Game Night, presented by Scenic Cable Network and Productions. Join us again next time.